Hey, welcome to TDD.Academy, where we look at how to make your Swift code work better. And we do it through unit tests. So this is solopreneur David Kuhn. Say hi, David.
Hi, how are y'all?
I'm Lance Kine, an Agile coach, who's now going to go do a little sound checking while David fills some dead air.
Uh, Dead air, gosh, the worst thing in radio, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing we're not on radio.
Oh yeah,
Dodge that bullet.
yeah. Whew. Yeah. We pulled a fast one on you this time. I'm using Paul Hudson's Ultimate Portfolio as a learning tool, and he's got a really good channel out there for learning all kinds of stuff, and I've been following along the Ultimate Portfolio. It's behind a paywall, so I think it's about $20 a month that I'm paying to learn all his goodness, and he's got tons and tons of videos. Uh, you see here all the various videos I've watched about the Ultimate Portfolio, which is basically just, he's tried to make it fairly generic at the start and then get more specific about things later. And it wasn't until episode 27 that he started testing. So Paul was, I don't think he's against test-driven development.
Who
He
could be?
just starts out a little bit different, and he's got really great content. I can't say enough nice things about him. I've had problems. He's helped me out personally. Um, so um, Personal attention every now and then from the author is an awesome thing. So you can learn a lot from him. I recommend this site. So we've gotten here with the Ultimate Portfolio, which is basically just a little UI app. I'll pull it up over here.
I can't show the screen right now. I'm trying to confirm our audio is working. Oh, I think I get confirmation. There it is. 1 minute. Make sure I hear David here. Yes, we do live sound checking, folks.
Live sound checking because
There we are.
sometimes it doesn't work.
And that's why we're here, folks. This is our third try at Reverse TDD because, well, the first time we got really close, we didn't quite nail it. The second time, we totally nailed it. It was nailed, folks. But then
It
the
was a
audio,
great show.
half of the audio, we didn't hear David for half of the audio. He was like singing up a storm of Sound of the Music and all these show tunes while we were coding it up, and you missed
Show
it all.
too. Yeah, that sounds like me. Yeah.
I mean, he's from Texas, folks. He's got a good country twang there. He's got what's that called? The Opry, the sound of the Opry,
Opry.
the Grand Ole
I've
Opry.
been to the Opry, by the way.
How have you?
It's in Nashville. Yeah. Yeah. Grand Old Opry.
Grand Ole Opry. Yes, the D is silent. All right.
Yeah. Uh, Opry. No. Singing. No. Ultimate Portfolio.
Boom. Yeah, we're on the screen. We're sharing your screen, David.
Okay, great. So here's the screen. Here's the front page. It's in the simulator here. You got various projects and multiple items in the project. You've got a open project screen. You got a closed project. Some projects are closed, and then you've got awards. And this is what we'll be working on testing out, the logic around winning awards by opening so many projects, closing so many items, that sort of thing, is what the award system, and that's common in many iOS apps to have some sort of user engagement sort of award thing. And I found this one pretty interesting to do. And Paul starts to test it, but then I thought to myself, wow, I'll bet Lance would come up with a different set of tests. And wouldn't that be interesting if we could see pros and cons of how, the author who wrote all the code know how's it going to work, and then the guy who goes, oh, this is legacy code, it has no test, I need to write some test around it and try to understand it. So that's
sounds like
that's
a
the
plan.
app. And let me see. So the awards object is really simple here. It just has a string that is the ID. And I've injected this junk in here so that I could inject an error in my ID so that it wouldn't match what it was supposed to. Down here you have just an array of all awards, and that lumps them together so that you can iterate through them and that sort of thing. And so then the awards JSON file is over here, and that's just all the data for it that I've heard people would say, why put it in JSON? Why not just put it right in objects? And,
boom.
yeah.
If it's going to be static, yeah.
Yeah. But then, so over here, I've started the reverse TDD method, and I have to say that I'm so rusty on it that I might not get it right. So this particular awards test here is he's making sure that the ID and the name match up, because that's what he did. And so I injected an error into it, and we see that it's failing. Every time it loops through all the various awards, I append junk to the end of the string, and so all of them are failing. The name isn't equal to the ID. So I know that my test now works, and I think I can go back over here to awards and take out my
take out the
testing shim and save that, and come back over here and see if that makes this particular
build succeeded
test
Oh, you
pass.
have a Lady Mac talking to you now.
Yeah, a Lady Mac.
test succeeded.
All right. So
Sweet.
that's working. I like the fact that I learned how to inject errors to test my test, because I've heard really smart people say that if you've got a test and you've never seen it fail, you probably don't ought to trust that test.
Right.
And
It's like a check engine light that never turns on. If you know, David, when you turn the key on your ignition, that first step before it actually starts, it turns on all your dash lights. That's testing that all your dash lights actually can light up at all, even though they're warning lights and all that. And so once your car's running, then they all go away and only turn on when they're really angry at you.
No, they don't all go away.
Oh, really? Oh, dear.
No, many of them stay lit.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't you have an old car?
I guess. Well, that one time I did. So where should we go from here? Like, where should we add some test coverage?
I think we should add some test coverage down here to this test adding items. I think we should, this is going to be a much more difficult test. So it is.
Okay. Let's go look at the code you want to test.
Okay. Where is that code?
Adding items. So there must be another method. I'm guessing you.
There is the method there. It went away when I went searching for something. Let me come back over here to the data controller. In the data controller, which is quite a complex beast, loads the data from the JSON file, does sorts of previews and filters and stuff like that, It has save and delete all. It has this has earned award, and so that's the thing that's checking, have you earned enough credit of items in the database to qualify for a particular award. So that's really what we're getting down to test.
Okay.
Maybe that's the one. Maybe
It's like you try to prepare for something, but now we don't know where that method went hiding off at, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We can go wherever we want to go here. Yeah, I like the we have a switch statement in there. We could go test around that. So let's go ahead and comment up that switch statement. Let's just get going.
in here.
Yeah.
Comment that whole thing out.
Comment.
This
We're gonna
seems
go
so
reverse,
wrong.
folks. This is the reverse TDD. Boom.
That just seems so wrong.
Oh, we can
And then
delete
I'm
it,
going to
but-
come back over here to my
But that'll be
test
harder.
and
Since neither of us
add
wrote that code. We'd have to invent it
Huh?
from scratch. I said we can even go make it harder. We could delete the code, but then since neither of us ever wrote it, it'll be pretty tough to get it back in.
Yeah,
there.
that'll be way too hard.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that'll take probably more than our show hour.
XCTASS. I don't ever know where to start abbreviating when I write these things. So we want to test data controller has earned, and we've got all awards up here.
Oh, you got them already. Okay.
So that's kind of a static. So we're going to say awards. Yep.
And what do we
Why
compare
does
it
that
to?
work?
Do you mind doing a split, dragging the code under test, split up that screen a little bit so we can see both the code under test?
I don't mind doing that at all if I can remember how to do it.
There it is, I guess. And then, yeah.
All right, that gets us data controller, and then over here in this window, I want my test, and it doesn't do it right.
Yeah, do the dragging like that. I think that will help. Okay, you have the test, and now if you click on data controller up there. Oh, what's going on here?
Now, see this. I've done something wrong here. I've
Yeah, I'm not
tried this before and got it right, and I've tried it before and got it wrong. Do we want to do that via assistant, or
Yeah, but, can't do that.
I can't remember how you
it's
get
okay.
that second
Yeah,
screen.
I can't do it unless I'm driving because I just don't remember either without, I don't know.
I'll give
Maybe
you
I don't.
control.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Do you want to give me control for a second and see if I can figure it out? I may not be able to, but last time I did it just worked, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah,
do you
the
mind if
last time I did it, it worked for me too, which really makes me upset that now it doesn't work.
So what's going on here? We have this thing here with a back button and a forward button, and that changes both screens. Now that's weird. That's what I don't understand what's going on. So if I close this, and what's this button? This is an add. And now if I go open something like data controller, ooh, will that work?
Maybe.
A little scared of that one. All right, if I just click on data controller, what's going to happen? All right, it puts it up there. And if I put my pointer here and then pick the test, then I'll get my test. I think that's how it works. Yep, all right, cool. So you have to pick your pane, then pick this, and then...
Okay, it wasn't assistant, it was a whole nother pane. Okay, anyway.
So I was going to say, like, first we're testing, what are we testing in? We're testing this has earned, right?
Yeah, we want to test the has earned. Okay.
And this test case, is this mostly testing? Okay, it's award test, reverse TDD. All right, award. Oh, but we're testing a data controller. Can I rename this?
Uh, you could, but can we leave it this way for now?
Sure. Yep. Okay, cool. So I think we're okay, cool. So now if we look at this code that's commented out, what's the easiest one test we can write?
Oh, okay. We would probably write the test for the default, right? That it
So
returns false.
that sounds great because you know what? A lot of people when they do switch statements, they forget about their default. So if we start test driving from the thing that people usually forget, that would be cool. So now we need to call a has earned, but with an award that is a, and I'm going to suggest we, I don't know that we'll use that data controller JSON. We'll probably write our own data controller, either a small bit of JSON or just use the object. That way we can customize and write exactly only as much code as we need. So let's see, what's an award? Let's try the new one up. If we go award, whoops, I'm in Swift now. Got to stop trying to write it in the Java. Let award be an award. And it says down here, the default is there's an unknown criteria. So how do we set up that condition? Let's see, it wants a from. Oh, a second, better make that happy. From, oh, it's gonna make it come through a decoder, which probably means JSON. So we're kind of like in the crick here. So how do can we declare a small JSON fragment up above? So let's say let, this one's gonna have a JSON, and then can you find me some JSON, and we'll put a minimal piece of JSON in that.
Yeah, find you some JSON. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we are. Just copy one of those, and then we'll have to make it into an unknown criterion, which means it doesn't have a item or complete in it. And I think that's in a static string or something, I assume.
it was in an array of something like that, I think.
Okay.
Probably get rid of that, and we have one. Do you want to go back and look at that?
Yeah, let's see how they declared it, so we can just declare it the same way.
So here's the bracket and that stuff, and I think that's it. Then a bracket down here at the bottom, yeah.
So I'm assuming decode will, I'm a little bit unclear how that works. So decode right now, and it's taking a file name. Can we give it a variable name, or does it have to be in a file?
I have no idea. I expect that decode is going to work on a file and not a variable. So
Yeah. So maybe we have to give it the big thing, huh? The data.
So, I mean, what you have here in awards is that decoded already.
Oh.
Is that?
Well, I see. But it gives me all of the awards.
Yeah.
But I want to make one award ideally. Maybe we should take a look at award. Go and open up award.swift and see if there's any other constructors. So award is a structure, and it takes. Protocol is decodable and identifiable. And award self from awards.json. Yeah. Award dot. It's a weird. I don't quite understand the decode. That line with the award.
This line right here says, "What are you going to decode into?" And you're going to decode into an array of award. And the dot self says award is a class.
Oh, okay.
And the dot self is saying of yourself type. And so that's what you're going to decode into from this JSON file.
Okay.
Does that help? That's the best I can do.
So here's what's on my mind, folks, is two things. I would never write code this way without being able to build one simple thing rather than always have to load a complex thing like a whole array of stuff. But I'm struggling with the fact of, well, that now I have to like think about refactoring this to load one thing versus just working with what's there. So I think for the show constraints, we should work with what's there. But if we were to work with this code a lot, I would definitely adjust that, add another. I don't know if I'm
Constructor.
talking. Well, hang on a second. This is just a structure. We just need to new up our structure. Oh, wait. So ID string, da-da-da-da. We can populate that. So I can create a structure without decoding is what I believe. Right? I just create one of these. I don't know if I can drive still.
Yeah.
There it goes. So we just need to create a new award. I mean, do I have to? I mean, I believe since I'm a struct, I should be able to initialize one without having to get into this complication of creating files. So I'm going to ignore that for a moment and say, hey, I have an award. I already did that down here, though. I have an award. Let me comment this out. It's probably going to go away soon. So there's no way to create a structure unless
You can create a structure in this file.
Well, okay, it's a struct, right?
Yeah.
And I wrote let award equal award, but now I have to give it a constructor. And I give it that. And then it says I'm missing an argument from the in call. And I'm a little confused here because I'm not used to structures telling me I have to init them, and I don't see an initializer telling me about that.
Yeah, it's an implied initialization, and it does it for you automatically.
But there's no. This one takes an argument. Is it because of the protocol?
No, that's not an argument. That is saying that ID is going to be a string of type name.
Oops. Let's go back to here. So back here, we have award. And it says I'm missing a parameter from in call. So it says I have to do this, which and
that's because of that
given decoder.
That bundle decoder thing.
Yeah, and basically I have to go crack open a book and learn about decoders so I could create a
Can I try something?
Yeah, go ahead. I've never seen a structure that forced me to use an initializer, and I don't even see how they even caused that to happen. That's got me puzzled.
Yeah, I'm puzzling with you here too. So is this going to compile and build then?
Oh, you're putting another declaration inside here. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I'm declaring here locally. Missing argument
you have
for
to,
parameter.
let me think. I think that would work. I'm not sure how it works up the namespaces, but well, okay, it's not compiling because it's still mad about the missing argument above. So on line 55, oh, you're hoping line 55 goes away, or doesn't have that complaint, I guess. But so it still has that same property whether you paste it or not. There's something in that struct that's telling it needs to be. And the only thing I could see there is it's got to be the protocols that cause that. And since it's decodable, I bet if you take out the decodable, it'll work. But then I'm not sure that's a good idea for our test. So I think right now. So my hypothesis is, and I can't test it in this show, but I'm guessing it's because of the decodable protocol. There must be some kind of it must bring a constructor with it. Otherwise, I don't get it. But so I guess we got to work with the file for now, and go ahead and do it the way you were starting to do it, which was, hey, we got all these files, all these awards, but now we have to. The test is a little more complicated because we don't have good control of our data. Because we're allowing that giant amount of data in rather than just one little bit of data in. But let's give it a shot. Okay, so you were doing a data controller has earned award. has earned award, and then awards, and then
And then we want
we have to pass in the awards.
the awards are coming in right now from let me get rid of this that we tried. The awards are coming in right now from here, which is
Yeah.
coming from the bundled decoder ring thing.
Yeah, that's like a factory object that just gives us all the awards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
And then
so you're saying assert equal should be false. Okay, cool. That makes sense. And that should compile
what is wrong with that?
award. Yeah, no, that looked correct to me. And cannot convert value. I don't know. You have to click on, or I can't read that whole message.
It's singular. It works right there, but it's singular.
Oh, what? Okay, what's going on?
And
Oh, there's a
and
awards
it's got a plural there.
test.
So what have I done that makes me
Oh,
so confused?
so it's singular in the other cases because they're using an iterator. So the award's an iterator into the array, so for loop.
Okay.
But
And so we probably need to do a for loop in here also then, I guess.
yeah, it takes a single award. That's right. So, okay. Here's our way out, David. We need to identify in the array the case we care about. Then we can send it one little piece of. We don't need a for loop. We just pick out what section of the array we want to shoot in there. Does that make sense? So we're gonna pick an index, but we got to go look at the data and say which one of them. If you expect it to be false now, we have to go look in the array and pick out one that doesn't have that has an unknown award criterion. Which do you think, Paul? Do you think this app would have something that's unknown?
No.
So there we are. This is why we need control of our data. We can't actually test this with that static array unless we add one. Let's take a quick look at that again, at how it creates that award array. Oh, it does it by decoding though. Well,
Yeah.
hey, how about you make another JSON file and call it the
TDD JSON.
the unknown award.json. We're gonna adapt with the current pattern and just make a new JSON file. You and then we'll put in a unknown award in there because there's an untested test case right now.
So we're gonna make a new JSON file.
Yes, David, we're gonna embrace the darkness for a moment here because we don't have time to make it a little more flexible.
Where the heck do you get a JSON file? JSON?
I would just make a file and put a .json, but I don't know if that lets you do that. Is there a template? No, that's not the. Well, you could change maybe you can just change the extension to JSON and you got it. How about that? And then change it from directions to unknown criterion or something like that. Oh, just call it award. These are awards. Okay, and then we got to paste in. Okay, cool. And now we need to make it a unknown award criterion. So make that, put something else nonsensical in there.
Okay, it won't know what unknown means.
All right, now let's see if we can load that baby into the awards.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Now I think we're going to try to construct the structure using the file name as the from.
So we want to, in here, do.
So Nupa, yeah, you got it.
Do we do it this way?
I don't know. I don't know about the bundle.
No. Let's go look back at the
Award.swift. Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. Your
was
word.
it
There it is.
here? Okay. We want to do this
Oh
line.
yeah. Copy that.
And getting lost because I can't see my file up there, but and then we want do we have an S on ours? I don't think so.
Unknown. I don't think so.
I think we have
I don't know though. Where's it at? Unknown,
like
unknown.
that.
Yeah. Properties, maybe. Okay, so get rid of the static. Yeah. Okay. And now we have all. Maybe change that. Yeah, you got to update the variable name to something. And we're going to unaward you. Oh, yeah, that's true. Did we only have one element? So, yeah, there we are. You got it.
You better change that to 0, haven't we?
Boom. All right, let's see what happens.
Build failed.
Build failed with one build error. Where is that build error?
Oh, okay. So we need to just put a return in there. So we're going to return true. Is it really a Boolean? Oh, it's a Boolean. Okay, that's how they're doing all this.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Build succeeded.
Ah, congratulations. I'll see if the
All right, we're testing.
testing. Yeah.
Yep.
Fingers are crossed. Oh, it didn't like something.
URL.
Failed to locate unknown award.json. Did we spell it wrong? Unknown award.json is what it's complaining about.
See
So
where you're seeing that, but okay.
Oh, it's in the lower right corner where the all output, LLDB output. Yeah, you got it right where the pointer is. On Swift 17.
Okay.
So yeah, we got to look through those tabs or something to figure out what we call that thing. Unknown award. It's spelt right, but it's not in the same location as the other file. Or isn't that might be a. I don't know how this stuff works, so I'm not sure where to put. Yeah, maybe you need to drop it into the ultimate portfolio. Can you drag and drop that?
Where is it?
So you see.
Wait a minute. We have it right there, right?
Well, look at my. Well, you can't see.
So, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. It is definitely in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And we put it there, and now let's see if that's enough to run our test. Is that our test there?
Oh, Apple G.
Place test action is already run.
Just replace it. I think it's because of the debugger. It breaks automatically at that breakpoint. Huh. It'll be curious when we convert this over to non-using the file system if it'll be faster. Failed to locate.
All right.
Okay,
this is another one of those crazy things
file
where unknown award singular.
Looks like it's in the right place. Unknown award. It's spelled the right way.
I'm gonna. Oh gosh. Okay.
Is that important?
I don't
know what that does.
I don't know, but I do remember from a long time ago when I was doing this wild stuff without any test. You have to configure your build to push your stuff into the bundle. Yeah, see that made a whole nother I've done that before and I don't understand what the hell it does, but
So, okay, it's running in a simulator environment it means it's got to push the bundle actually onto the simulated in the simulated environment, and unless the schema is set up right, I can imagine it not moving it where it needs to be. Huh. So let's see. I see unknown and I see awards and copy resource bundle 14 items. All right, that looks happy. And the target we're compiling is test. So do we need to look at the test target now? Because you're on ultimate. You're like when the build the product, but we're only building the test. So there's nothing here.
And there's nothing here.
What
It's
about
not
the,
even.
But yeah, but there's nothing even. Yeah, there's nothing but nothing. It doesn't have the awards or the unknown awards. So
Yeah.
I don't know that we have to do anything. Okay, so that's build phases. Is build rules important too? Maybe.
It could be we got a out of synchronization of doing stuff. And we need to clean the build folder a few times because,
Okay.
and then rebuild.
Build failed.
And the build is failing now. Why is the build failing? What?
Warning, copy bundle build phase. So this. Wow, it's dumping a lot of warnings, but skipping duplicate, so it's worried about duplicating things. Oh wow, these are not happy times here.
This is way more than I was ready to bite off.
So why is that happening? Can't find project and scope. Oh, so what's going on here? Did the schema change all of a sudden? Because I don't understand why we're having all these interesting times. Project, capital P.
Yep.
And
well, project is a class. I don't know why it went out of scope. Oh, okay, it could have gone out of scope because of that mistake I made, where we've got a duplication of everything. So I'm going to take a chance and try to delete this.
Let's see what happens.
And yeah, and now everything's deleted. I do not understand how Xcode deals with a whole faux operating file system underneath itself like this.
Oh.
I've had this happen so many times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All I can tell you is that now we're screwed. And at this point, I usually copy down from
fresh copy
this project and copy down from a repo again.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how screwed you are.
Okay. I'll have to restart, huh? All right.
Yeah.
If you close the project and reopen it, will that help, or you already been there and done that?
It's always worth a try. Yeah, see, they're all deleted.
Angry.
Yeah.
Okay.
The D here is deleted, and the red means I just moved them all to the trash.
Yeah.
Which
apparently it moved everything to the trash somehow. Yeah. Okay. No, that's what happened. You're right. Let's see.
I'm going to go over here to my Git repo. And this is a private repo, so.
Shh. Shh. Don't tell anyone out there.
Yeah.
Oh, Actually, if we need to hide that, we can do that.
No,
But,
that's okay. I think this is the way I want to do it. Is clone it from here. I think that is the way to do it. Put it in documents. Okay, that's a different place than I usually put things, but we're going to try that. And now we have things back to normal, except we don't have any of the files that we just created.
it's right. It will only take us a few. It's hardly any effort. So basically, we have about 15 minutes to try to do some reverse TDD. We might get there, or we might at least get it set up for the next show, so that we could have reverse TDD part 4.
Well, that would just be. See, I don't even have any of my tests set up in this system, so yeah, we're 30 minutes away from.
So we just add unit test, right? And unless you've done some work that I didn't see, we said to add it. Let's go ahead and let's just use a little bit of time here and add another unit test. Yeah, there we are. Boom.
I like to get rid of this stuff up here because it's kind of useless.
Yeah, it's not like a product.
And now we get a test, and we get an automatic test here.
Yeah. All right. So let's I wouldn't even do this. I would make a new file called award test.
Well, it's easy enough to change this one rather than delete it.
Sure. And yeah. There's a file. Okay, cool.
We need the testable.
Import ultimate. Oh, interesting. All right. Then, how about just write the test first? Is this a test you're working on? The award something?
Uh-huh.
So put
Oh,
the word. You need the word.
first.
I think you need the word test in front of everything. Otherwise.
Right.
And okay, cool. So let's see. So we know we can't make up. Okay, let's go back to awards. And whoops, where was the? Sorry, what was the class where we comment out the switch statement?
That was in data controller, wasn't it?
ABCD data controller. Okay, that sounds right. All right, boom, we're in data controller.
Bottom, all the way to the bottom.
And so after all that, we probably have an even easier test case we could start with. So whoops, take that out. And okay, so now has award is broken. We'll have to return something. So we'll return.
You got an extra bracket in there.
And
your switch criteria. May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
That needs to come back up here.
Oh. Yeah, good call. Okay, so then if we go back to the task, let's see here. We have case in items, items complete, and the default. So, okay, there's a couple things we could do here differently, a little differently. So unknown's a harder case. In order to do that, we have to actually have control of our data, which, we have some issue with right now. So we'll push that on the backlog, and today we'll just test one of the other two conditions. So what was the first condition? Was it something? Is that what it was called? In data controller.
I think it was item. Yeah, it's items. The criteria items.
Well, I mean, oh, okay, all right. So there's some okay, hang on a second. Sorry, I'm going to drive for a second. If I go here, see what I'm doing with reverse TDD is I'm looking at the two cases. The two cases written here are items and complete. Okay, there we are. So I'm assuming that there's an items and a complete in this list. If there isn't, then we have a really cruddy data set.
There's tons of them. Yeah.
I see items, but I don't see any complete.
Right
Oh, there's
there.
a complete. Okay, cool. All right, so here's our first test. Is we pass in the first element, and we expect it to get back true that it's an item, right?
Okay.
So that means I got to flip this a little bit. Well, let's see here. It's okay. We can leave it true. It doesn't matter. It'll be a shorter test that way. All right. So back here, you have like a xct assert equal, and then it's. So how did we set up the awards? You had that awards array. How did you?
Go ahead. Okay. All awards.
But you had that variable set up. I don't know how to get that. You had it in the class variable up here somewhere?
Yeah, it was
oh, is it that decode bundle something or another business?
It's data controller, I think.
You know, our testable still isn't importing right either. That's something's gonna get us.
Is that data controller? Oh, it's in award. It's in award.
There it is.
It is award all awards.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But how do you get the award?
Okay, and then awards 0.
Yeah.
And we're going to expect that to be true.
Yeah, and it won't be a failing test case, or we can go back and flip the Boolean around. But it's anyways, we have a little bit of a couple details to work out here. So the testable import still isn't importing, so we gotta figure that out.
Bill failed.
Let's look at the. Oh, we deleted it. So I don't know why that testable import is not. Oh, it actually is okay with it now. All right. So now it's on the cannot find award in scope. So it's award capital, I think. But yeah, award capital, and then boom, there we are. Expect something in argument list. Oh, we missed our parameter. After test award something, put some parentheses. And cannot awards. Number 1. Oh, you gotta finish the. We gotta call the method on data controller. So data controller, we have to new up a data controller or initialize one. That's not a static method, is it? You'll have to
You're missing a piece, and that is that this is supposed to. Oh, we're missing that base. Paul had created a base test class that already had the core data stuff in it that we were using. Makes it real convenient to get to all that stuff, and we haven't created that in this case. We don't have it.
So is there anything stopping us from initting this data controller in that test?
No.
Let's just init it then.
Okay.
And then
Does it?
Boom. Okay.
I think it.
then
Stuff.
we need to put
Then there's a
parentheses on
manage.
this guy down here. Just not
I
quite
think
pretty here. And it's awards. Spelled right. I move my chair a little bit so I can type.
award colon.
Like that, right?
Yeah, you got to have the parameter name in there though.
Oh. Oh, okay.
That's the thing that's going to mess with every Java guy is parameter names, right? I mean,
And I like them, but I'm having trouble remembering them when I need to. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's run it.
All right. Except for data controller can't work now because there's something about managed context and all this other stuff.
Oh, dependencies.
I'm expecting a
Bad
failure
news.
somehow.
All right. Hey, man, it's like my day job. It's like trying to create testable classes. Sorry, our framework sucks because, well, we didn't support unit testing. And then you have to do a bunch of hoo-ha.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm learning something is that there is a lot of hoo-ha going on in order to support testing well. And it is not trivial to start out supporting testing. I mean, it's so much, it seems like so much easier to start out that way than it is to take your legacy code base and go, okay, now I want to apply testing to it.
Mm.
It seems like you're always going to run into, now I got to do 18 things to get it to work. Because we didn't start out with a good testing mindset.
Right. Yeah, right. Which would have been, let's just initialize the structure and put it in there. I would not have to deal with files. That would have been a lot easier. But anyways, but this is my life. I go around different companies and they didn't think about testing, so this is just the way it is. It's the game, David. Look, it passed. Boom. Look at that. No hoo-ha, David. No hoo-ha. Huzzah! I wish I had a ticker tape. I need a ticker tape, rain that comes down.
Yeah.
Like in that one tool that we used, Tuple.
Tuple, yeah, had it built in. That was worth it.
That
It was like $40 a month just for ticker tape.
That made it fun. I agree. That was a cool deal. Okay, cool. So now let's write another test.
All right.
Damn it, we can't do what I want to do though. All right, David, let's not write a test for a second. So let's change our return that's hard coded in there to false because see our problem is this. Because this code wasn't written wasn't test driven. He's got a default he's never tested. Sorry, Paul, you never tested your default. But and our problem is the only way you can get a false statement is if we have data that triggers, a return false. But complete and items are both return true. Am I not correct on that? Let's see, return award count greater or equal to award value. Oh, it's a little more complicated than I thought it was. So what is this award count and award value? Oh, okay. Hang on. Maybe we can change this just by going through the data. So we need to find, so that test is good, David. We just need to move on. So we need to find another piece of data in that array where the award count is not greater than or equal to the award value for items.
Where the award count is not equal. It could be down here. If there's anything, there's these criteria like that aren't tested or anything.
I'm a little puzzled though. Where's he getting that data about the award count? I don't see it in the JSON.
Well, the award count, comes from the, I think that's in the database.
I've only got 5 minutes, David.
I know. We're going to have to pause. We're going to have to pause this.
We're going to come back to this one? Okay, cool. Yeah. So,
is this version 3 or 4?
This is version 3. This was Return of the Jedi episode. Now, what's after Return of the Jedi? I'm not sure because we have to go do prequels again. Shoot. So if I was to think of a prequel, I'd have Anakin go in there and say, you know what? I'm going to make that struct initiatable without having to use a bloody data file. But anyways, cool. So next week we're going to try this again. All right.
You're,
Well,
right.
think about it.
We're trying again.
Okay. Wow.
Check mark.
All right.